Tom Downey here for Titans Today, feeling under the weather, but the show must go on. We're talking quarterbacks on today's video. How do you think the Tennessee Titans should address the quarterback hole on the roster? D for the draft, T for trade, F for free agency. That's right, it's DTF. Let me know in the comments of today's show. Let's begin with the idea of adding Justin Fields. This coming to us from Pro Football Focus. They argue Tennessee is one of the two best fits, along with Pittsburgh, for Justin Fields, specifically if they choose to not take a quarterback in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft, which in theory, you'll have your plans set in stone before you get to that point. Here's what PFF argued. With Will Levis' struggles, Tennessee will want to address quarterback, and Fields is a cost-effective option with upside. After Fields earned a quality 72.6 PFF grade as Steelers early season started in 2024, he earned the respect of many, including head coach Mike Tomlin. Tomlin spoke well of the former first-round pick after the season. That may afford Fields another short-term deal to prove he can sustain an offense as a starter. Kind of a weird argument because Pittsburgh benched Fields. They sat him and made the move to Russell Wilson, which mostly worked out, although Russ pretty much fell apart down the stretch as the entire offense did. So I don't really buy the he's going to earn a chance because of what he did with Pittsburgh. He was fine, but he didn't add a bunch of big plays either. He was kind of a bit more of a limited version of himself. He didn't run the ball nearly as much or effectively as he has in the past. I think if you're making Fields your starter, you know that there's going to be the occasional passing issue and accuracy, and he still holds the ball a lot longer than you want, but you want to use his legs. There's no reason not to. That is the athletic ability that Fields possesses is one of his biggest calling cards. Does that fit with Brian Callahan's offense? Callahan made the comment about Shedeur Sanders comparing him to Joe Burrow with timing, accuracy, etc. That's not exactly Justin Fields' game. So if you want him to be your QB, okay, I would question what your overall offensive plan is going to be because that is someone you have to build around properly. And if he's just a stopgap for you, you kind of see the issues you run into there in terms of how you balance maximizing Fields and or potential young QB in the future. So pinned comment on today's show is this. Would you sign Justin Fields? The ad comes here on YouTube. It's fine. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Now, it is Super Bowl week. Various players go there as well for media events, and even just being a fan sometimes. Jameis Winston, one such player. He is at the Super Bowl media week. Asked, hey, you want to play for the Titans? He said, man, I would love to go to Nashville. I'd be in the dirty South. I'm from Alabama. Birmingham is two up the road, or down the road from Nashville. I'm not surprised Winston said yes. Do you know why? He needs a job. You could have asked him about any team. Hey, you want to go play for the Raiders? I'd love to. It's Vegas. How much fun would that be? He wants to play, and I don't blame him for that at all. He hasn't played that much over the past couple of seasons. He was very much who he has been outside of a lower interception year in 2021 and a handful of starts. The last 3 years are what Jameis Winston is. He is entertaining. He will at least help you have a more entertainable product if you are going down the path of we need a veteran stopgap. We need somebody in here that can help us win some games. Winston will win you a game or two. He will lose you a game or two as well. And I think that actually makes him a high variance stopgap option. I think you get a lot of what you saw in 2024 with the Browns, where he has great weeks and bad weeks. That is who Jameis Winston is. At this point, I don't think it's realistic to expect him to change in the near future. Today's show is made possible by PrizePicks. The big game is just around the corner. It is almost here. We're days away, and it's now or never. Do not miss out on the last football game of the season with PrizePicks. It is the best place to win cash while watching the big game. They are also giving away a free pick for it. It's the Patrick Mahomes half passing yard. All he needs is one passing yard. It's going to happen. Put it in on all your PrizePicks slates, not just your football ones, but your basketball ones as well. One of my big game slates is Patrick Mahomes, the free square. It's a no-brainer. Saquon Barkley, more than rushing yards. And I like the idea of Xavier Worthy getting on the action on a reverse. So download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. But it's prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play that first $5 lineup. It's PrizePicks. Run your game. You've also got a potentially former or maybe re-signing player in Quandre Diggs speaking about Miami's Cam Ward, tweeting out on social media when he was asked about him, called Cam Ward the best leader and quarterback in the draft. Now, that was taken as, wow, Titan safety Quandre Diggs really advocating for one quarterback in particular. And I get why those articles were written. It's a maybe former, maybe not current, but under contract, technically speaking, still until the new league year begins. Former player at minimum for the Titans. That's noteworthy. One big thing was left out of each and every single one of those articles. Namely, there's a conflict of interest here. Cam Ward and Quandre Diggs are cousins. Of course Quandre Diggs is backing Cam Ward and supporting him. Why wouldn't you support your family? That's just a no-brainer. That doesn't surprise me at all. Now, I think Diggs may very well be right about the leadership and best QB of the draft stuff. That's perfectly fine. But he's not going to say anything else. I don't think, the headline of Titans player backs quarterback draft pick is noteworthy. NFL player backs family member, not nearly as much, actually. So how you frame it is, I think, very important. And it should have been mentioned in all the articles, because that's why you disclose conflict of interest, right? So maybe Cam Ward is the pick at number 1 overall. He offers some gunslinging traits. We talked about him a lot, and we'll keep talking about the quarterback room and the NFL draft here on Titans Today. If you haven't already, hit that sub button, youtube.com/Titans Today for more free Titans YouTube videos. One more story, and I'm going to shout out Fansided for doing an article on this and alerting me to what had been said. ESPN's Dan Orlovsky claimed the Titans should simply try to trade for Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Here's the pitch from Dano. I have the solution. If I were the Titans, I would call the Jacksonville Jags and try to trade for Trevor Lawrence. If I were Trevor Lawrence, I would want the absolute heck out of Jacksonville. I haven't studied Shedeur and Cam Ward well enough to make a definitive statement on where exactly I think they might be or whatnot. I have thoughts on this. A lot of thoughts, frankly. Namely, what are we doing here? Why are we proposing this idea as if it's realistic? Why not just trade for Patrick Mahomes? Let's just get a better. It's that simple. I have the solution. Come on. Now, I'll break down why I think it's frankly stupid. But who do you want, realistic names, please and thank you, as the next Titans QB? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. There's one very important part that apparently just got ignored by Dan. Why would the Jags do this? You need 2 people to sign off on a trade. Now, yes, sometimes weird shit happens. Looking at you, Mavs, trading away Luka for some unknown reason. Give me one viable reason, anyone, Dan, why the Jags would trade away a guy that they clearly believe is their franchise QB to an in-division rival to create a gaping hole at quarterback to draft someone you said you don't know if they're good enough to be drafted at the top? Or play Mac Jones? And oh, by the way, you're eating a big amount of salary cap. Lawrence is super cost affordable right now. He costs $17 million on the Jags cap hit this year. They're not paying him really anything. Very low on the quarterback contract scale. They trade him away. They're putting $30 million on the salary cap. If they're getting out of money down the line, sure, whatever. But they're also just like, now we have no quarterback. Teams don't do that. Teams don't operate that way. It's frankly insulting to the Jags to suggest that from ESPN.